Among the bills passed in the House of Assembly last night was a bill to amend the modification of provisions for the Ginn Resort in West End, Grand Bahama. Lenders of the property have committed to continuing with what was once a $4.9 billion project once they have been approved to obtain benefits and concessions that these amendments will allow. Janae Noel has more on this.
Despite a series of financial challenges, $505 million has been expended by the developers of the Ginn Resort project in West End, Grand Bahama since June. Prime Minister Hubert Ingram disclosed in the House of Assembly Monday night that developers asked for an extension on the deal's concession. The Prime Minister then gave this progress report on the development.
They have engaged, the lenders have told us they've engaged in extensive preparation to continue development of the residential portion of the resort, including market research and planning. They have engaged or retained a company called Replay Resort, a Canadian company that specializes in large-scale master plan resort developments to move the project forward. They say that their timetable for submission to government of their detailed plans is 6 months, following them becoming the absolute owners of the mortgage land, and that they propose to focus on master planning, re-engage in the marketplace, commencing a build-this program, the construction of some model homes, and preparing for a sales launch.
The former Christie administration reportedly granted considerable concessions in the 2005 Heads of Agreement to Ginn Resort officials that were not allegedly permissionable by law. In 2008, the Ingram administration sought to honor this agreement. However, the developer allegedly defaulted on their loan later that year. Lenders then began steps to recoup their security, which later led to the property's foreclosure. GLA Resorts Bahamas, a company owned by the lenders, would become the absolute beneficiary of the mortgaged property. The lenders requested the government to make the following amendments to continue the development.
For us to be able to permit them to have the benefit of the deal that Ginn had, and two, for them to be able to pay the 2% stamp duty as Ginn would have had to pay if it was selling to a developer today.
West End and Bimini Member of Parliament Obie Wilshcombe claims the Ginn Resort development is supported by the West End community, who were disappointed when the project slowed down. He said, however, that the Florida-based resort allowed an agreement that he never supported.
Businessmen and women in Freeport who have bonded vehicles, like the big trucks and other vehicles, were able to travel to West Grand Bahama and compete with the West Grand Bahamians, those persons who live in 8 Mile Rock and in West End, who paid duty for their vehicles. They didn't have the bonded vehicles. I thought it was an unfair advantage, and I still think it's an unfair advantage. But I know that we're approaching 2015, and we're going to have to look at the whole concessions arrangement and what we're going to do going down the road.
Janae Noel, ZNS News.
3 Bahamians and 4 Haitians in court today on a number of drug-related charges. It's alleged that Inagua residents 37-year-old Quinton Smith, 34-year-old Glenroy Fox, 30-year-old Keelan Arnett, along with Haitian nationals 29-year-old Renest Michel, 25-year-old Lionel Sylvester, also known as Lionel Francois, 25-year-old Jeffrey St. Louis, and 34-year-old Johnny Pierre were arrested after 58 pounds of marijuana and 4 pounds of cocaine were found on their boat last Friday. Defense Force officers arrested the 7 men near the crossing of Great Inagua after it was discovered they were in possession of the drugs. The confiscated drugs have a street value of $89,000. They were all remanded to Fox Hill Prison until next Tuesday, October 18th, when Deputy Chief Magistrate Carolita Bethel will decide on the issue of bail. We'll continue sending those Family Island stories to us. We love hearing about them, so email us at finews@znsbahamas.com.